Hi guys, this is Tech. This is another jQuery tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to be looking at CSS selector. So usually we would use a style sheet or an inline styling to style our elements using CSS, but we can use jQuery to write CSS for us as well. So make sure we've got our script included in our page, and let's begin. So let's create an element. I'm going to put a p tag in there, and I'm going to say this is a paragraph. The CSS for this element has been processed using jQuery. So let's go have a look at it right now. So it's plain and boring at the moment, but we can use jQuery to style it. So let's go back into our notepad, go into our JavaScript library, and let's begin. So I'm going to wait for the document to be ready. And once I've done that, then I'm going to select the p tag, and I'm going to do .css. Now there's two ways of styling the element, and I'm going to show you both of those ways, but first I'm going to do the simple way. So I'm going to say what attribute in CSS I want to change, so color. Now you have to spell it the American way. You can't say OUR, you have to say OR, otherwise it won't work. And you have to put comma and then the value of the attribute, so I'm going to put red, so hash F00 F00. You can use a text representation of the color, but I'd rather use hexadecimals as they're more precise. So we've changed the color, save that, go back, refresh it, and it's changed it to red. Now it's quite good that we can get jQuery to do that, because then it reduces the amount of code we have to write, and then we don't have to include style sheets. And then if we want to add another CSS attribute, we put .css again, and then add the attribute and the value. So I could put border, and I'll give it a red again, but I'll make it 2 pixels solid red. And let's try that out. But if we're going to change a lot of attributes, then this is quite a long way of doing it. So we can not do that and do it in one CSS, only we put curly brackets inside, and then we put all our attributes here. So I could put a color and put a semicolon and then the attribute, so hash F00 hash, and then I put a colon and then the next attribute, so border. And then a colon again. So if we're changing multiple values of CSS, I prefer to do it this way, and I recommend doing it this way. So I'll show you how it works. So let's get rid of that. It's going to load up this JavaScript library, so let's run it. Hasn't seemed to work. Let me just check that plugin. Yeah, my bad. Not colons, it's separated by commas. So originally we would put color, comma, then the value, but this time we put a semicolon and then we separate them by commas. So that's a mistake I made, and that mistake can be used in an example. So if you put the wrong symbol, it can muck it up and make it not work completely. So now let's go and run it, and as you can see, it's worked. So that way of changing CSS rules in jQuery is better for multiple CSS attributes. So that is how to change CSS or CSS selector in jQuery. Thank you very much for your answer.